Okay, so I'm sitting in my truck. I'm just outside Tim Hortons here. It's like, I don't know, 5 in the morning or just before 5. The wife ran in to go grab some Timmies and some coffee and some Timbits, I guess. And we're gonna take off. We have a long drive ahead of us. Maybe when the sun comes up, I'll tell you guys where we're headed and what the hell we're doing getting up at this hour trying to go see. You know, sometimes I just get something in my head about buying a certain vehicle and I just don't stop until I do. So yeah, I had a brainstorm and got myself into another one here. So we're gonna head across the province and see what we can find. It's my first day off of I just finished 7 days up north and back today. This is what I'm gonna do with my first day off. So and her first day off too, I guess. So yeah, got a trooper in there grabbing the stuff for the trip, and then we'll get rolling. That's someplace called the Cactus Corner. Yeah, Cactus Corner. The only cactus I see is that fake cactus there made out of pipe. I don't see any other cactuses around. I see a seagull. Hey, seagull. Cactus Corner. They got a travel center here, a market, a car wash, and that's it for miles. I don't see nothing else. It's kind of neat. All right, let's continue on our way. Maybe I'll tell you what we're buying and hopefully we'll get there soon. Okay, so what are we going to get? I've been eyeing a few things up lately. Watched some of that Rust Valley Restorers. I seen Mike Hall buy this. I don't know what year it was, 69 Blazer maybe, on EG Auctions out of Red Deer. He paid 20 grand for it. I was on Alberta C10 Facebook group, and I seen this guy post up, I don't know, a 1970 Jimmy or a Blazer for like 8 grand. I thought, you know, maybe I should take a look at doing one of these, because I just sold off that 64 GMC I had, and kind of looking to get into trouble with something else, something a little bit different. So I started looking for a first gen Blazer or Jimmy. Now, if you don't know those years, they only did them for 69, 70, 71, and 72. There's a 4-year run. There wasn't a lot of them. I think in 69 there was like 4,400 or something, or 4,000. By 72 it was over 40,000. But up here in Canada, the big question is how many remain, because these 4x4 Jimmys and Blazers never got a day off. It's not like you parked them in the winter time. That's when you took them, when the roads were bad, if you were on gravel roads, snowy roads, icy roads, rainy roads. You took the Jimmy or the Blazer, you're going camping in the back 40. Then when they got beat up, we put a plow on them, and we plowed snow with them. Now they're really messed up. Guys got hold of them and put 35-inch tires on them, 44-inch tires, went rock crawling, mud bonging. Man, we beat the hell out of these things. So the reality is, not a lot of them exist today. I don't really like the word rare, because it's not like you never see them, but you don't very often see them in the wild. You don't sit at a light and see one pull up next to you. You see them at the car shows. If you see one at the auto wreckers or at Safeway, it's kind of a rare sighting, if you will. And the price on these things now have gone through the roof. So what's a guy to do? Can you build a beater? Can you find a beater? Well, if you look around hard enough, I suppose you can. Because I put out a wanted ad. I'm looking for a 69 to 72 Blazer or Jimmy. what I was looking for was a project. I didn't want to get too crazy with the project, not something completely beat. So I got a few guys making some offers to me. In fact, that one I seen for like $8,000 or $8,500, I tried to get hold of that guy, but he never got back to me. My assumption is he sold it. But another guy did get back to me, a guy out of Andrew, Alberta, and he had it was a 1970 or 71 Blazer. I'll probably put a picture in here somewhere. And the initial picture looked okay. And then he told me he had actually taken it apart. And it had been apart for a while. I don't know what a while means. A few years is my assumption. And I got these pictures. And then I got told the price is $15,000 for... Wow. It's going to require a lot of work. And if your starting point is $15,000, you're already in a pretty deep hole. Now these things do sell for over $400,000 on the top end. I think I've seen it on Haggerty for $440,000 US. I'm not going to build anything worth anything near that, but you would think if you had a running and driving one, it's got to be worth what, 15 or 20? You'd think so. Hold your hat. So another guy got a hold of me, a fellow out of Airdrie, and he sent me a bunch of these pictures. Now, this Blazer looks a little more together. In fact, it was running, driving when it snapped the front axle and kind of got parked. The current owner bought it like this, never really drove it because the front axle's broken. It comes with a new front axle, but the rust on it was pretty concerning to me. I'll put some pictures here of some of my more concerning rust areas. And this one was, I think it was $18,000. I think it was $18,000, and then it did come with some extra parts, and the extra parts were $1,000. And I'll say the extra parts were well worth the price of admission. Because it included some new fenders, and they included the front axle, and he had some good stuff for a good price for the extras. But again, I'm $19,000 at a starting point. It hasn't ran in over 10 years. It's not going to run and drive onto the trailer. That's not going to happen. So I don't know how the transfer case is. I don't know how the transmission is. I don't know how the engine is. Neither does the current owner, really. So that one's $19,000. Next up, another guy got hold of me. He had one that's been parked for 30 years. The catch is it's been parked inside, so that's kind of nice. It does have a repaint on it. He can't really vouch for what's under that repaint. And that one is $25,000, and I got these pictures here. It doesn't look bad. It looks like a pretty good starting point, assuming that it's not all rusted out under that repaint. Again, $25,000 is a hell of a starting point, though. And I was talking to a buddy of mine I know, mostly online, and he sent me an ad for this one. And this one was up for sale. The guy says 1969 Blazer. It's actually a 1972 Blazer, but he says 1969 Blazer, $1,500. It has a good roof, VIN, and frame. The rest of it's pretty much garbage. So I'm not too sure what to make of that. I got 4 pictures. I did not ask for more pictures. I did not argue his price point. I figured for $1,500 I can probably find the starting point. Worst case, I can probably sell the parts and get my $1,500 back, or close to, and maybe get a half decent video out of this. I don't know. Hopefully it's not just a big mistake and I'm buying. He's right, and it really is a VIN, a top, and a frame. But if he is, I guess I'll learn something out of it, and I guess I'll find out how much a Blazer top's worth too. At any rate, we're almost there. Should be there an hour and a half. And I'll probably fade into the parking lot of this thing. I heard it's in a yard at somebody's shop. So when we get there, we'll take a look at what we got and see what we bought for 1,500 bucks. Let's see. Yeah, there it is there.
Lots of...
Well, there it is. Oh boy, does that look rough. Okay, well, she's all loaded up. I think we're gonna just kind of move to a better location. This is apologize ahead of time for the wind if it's an issue. My new mic just isn't working out. I know it looks like a Jimmy from the front. It's a GMC front end, but it's actually a GMC pickup front end. See, it's a 910. This is a K5. This is, I know it looks like a Jimmy, it looks like a GMC. It identifies as a GMC from the front, but when you look under the skirt, this is a Chevrolet. This is a Blazer. It is manufactured by Chevrolet. Both VINs add up. Yeah, I know. So, let's talk about the rust. It's bad. The inner fenders got rust on them. These fenders have been poorly patched. These doors, absolute nightmare. Rear quarters, that is pure Bondo. This wheel well, not great. Back here needs a patch. Rear tailgate. The nice thing about these rear tailgates is that they're the same as a pickup truck, so that's not difficult. We can take care of that. Back here, this hat actually latches. That's good. Comes with a couple of good fenders. I believe these are GMC fenders, but that's okay. I'm likely going to try and trade these what appear to be good GMC fenders and usable GMC grill. Maybe not as usable as I thought. Pretty crunched up, actually, to be honest. And this, I think it's a good rad support. It looks, oh, that looks like a, yeah, it's a GMC rad support. So I got that rad support. I got this grill. I got those fenders. I got the fenders that are on it. The hood that's on it, that's a GMC hood. You can see the holes for the GMC logo. And this GMC grill. Wouldn't mind trading that for usable 71, 72 Chevy stuff. We'll see. The rust on here, this trim appears to be holding this back part on. That's okay. This is got mud in it all over. That's okay too. This is the good door. You can see it has some door left on it. And this fender kind of matches the other fender. Got a whammo up here. The good news is it's good glass. Somebody tried to patch the roof. I imagine the roof cracked because of the rocker boxes, torsion boxes, torque boxes. If you don't know what I'm talking about, that's okay, because I didn't either until just a couple weeks ago. You see, the early Blazers, the convertible top went all the way to the windshield from 69 to 75, I believe. And the way they kept the bodies from twisting too much is actually welded in a plate that basically went from your front floor support to your rear floor support and then over, and it kind of created this box. It's a good box for all sorts of stuff to rust and collect, and dirt and sand and salt and crud, and then it moves around in there and rusts and breaks everything apart until somebody has to come along and put on a new rocker panel that they screwed on. Don't do that. That's not going to help. That does nothing good. Okay, don't be screwing on rocker panels. So that didn't help. That made it worse. And then I came along and I'm going to try and save this thing, but you can see like the bottom of this door. I don't know. Can you save that? I don't know. Are people saving that? I don't know. Can Charles Manson be saved? You tell me. On the inside here, let's talk about some of the good stuff, because there is some good stuff. The fiberglass top looks pretty good on that side. Looks like we got one little crack there. I don't know if that's a big deal or not. It's 72, so the windshield is glued to the frame. We got some good visors up there, usable dash. We got some good door panels. 72 is a 1 year only door panel deal, so it's kind of nice that we got them. The gauge cluster is all gauges, with the exception of the tack. I'll take it. We don't have a good radio, but we do have a seat here. Somebody's drilled some holes for speakers. That's okay, pretty typical. We have our factory seats, factory seat belts. We have the factory back seat here. It looks usable. Might have to put a patch in it, but it looks usable. Down here I got a bunch of I guess turn signals, some emblems and whatnot. Got some good stuff, I guess. See how this is? It looks like it's opened up. I don't know. We'll have to figure it out though. Yeah, we already looked in here. We looked out here. You guys want to look under the hood? All right. So when I bought it, buddy said the transmission will not hold transmission fluid. It actually runs out almost as fast as you put it in. So he actually drove it to where it was the other day or last week or whatever. But you put the transmission fluid in, and because the case is cracked, it leaks out pretty quick. But that means the motor runs, or it's supposed to. I didn't even try and get it running. I don't care. I'll probably pull it apart, reseal it at a minimum, change out the intake for a 4-barrel, blah blah blah, you know, usual kid stuff. So I am looking for a TH350 4-wheel drive transmission. If you got one in the Edmonton area, reach out to me. I could use one. I don't want to spend a ton of money on it. Okay. Oh yeah. We got the keys in. Is that okay? Whatever. That's fine. Not everything needs to work. You know what I mean? My brother doesn't work. Okay, let's get that out of there. We'll take these home with us. You know, we don't want anybody stealing this. Get a little weight reduction there every time you slam a door. So these front bumpers got to come off, so I'm looking for front bumpers. This back bumper's got to come off, so I'm looking for a back bumper. I'm looking for the trim, if you got the trim. If not, I might just go trimless. Set of wheels would be cool. See what I can do there. No, it needs a lot of stuff before it needs wheels, I suppose. You're right on that. But anyway, that's where I'm at. It's a 1972 Blazer. K5 Blazer. It's pretty cool. Or it's got potential to be cool. We got a lot of welding to do. A lot of patch panels to buy and install. but it's not like it can't be done. And the best part is the welds are going under the flooring, you know what I mean? Under the rubber flooring or under the carpet. So who cares? Let's just try and get it in the right spot and gob her up and hit it with the old grinder. At the end of the day, we'll have a 72 K5 Blazer, which, if I don't know, if you're up here in Canada anyway, Alberta, Canada, trying to find a fixer-upper, good luck. Anyway, that's where we're at. Stick around, this will be a fun build. And I got another one to pick up tomorrow. Not a Blazer, another truck. Hopefully come with me for that one too. I better get home and get this video edited and uploaded because I haven't put anything up in weeks. So thanks for coming along for the ride today. You want to thank the people for coming along?
Oh, thank you.
All right. That's going to do it for today. Thanks, guys.